Ray Reynolds here with RaysWebinar.com. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get together today and get a tablet and a pen. Let's write things down. The ultimate thing is to help you get to that $1 million dream, step by step, to help you based on what needs to be done. So as we do this, I'm always going to tell you in the beginning, get a tablet and a pen, because I'd like you to write some things down. Unfortunately, most people, what they want to do is just take pictures with their cell phone. The goal is not to make the phone smarter than you. The goal is we have a lot to learn, and there's a lot of things we need to do. In the beginning, just remember, everything I talk about is pretty well protected anyway. Now, for me, I've been doing this for 43 years, helping people just like you. What I'd like to do is change your life if you allow me to. So the bottom line, here's a couple things we got to do. First thing I want you to do is what I do. Every time I get up every morning, I have a procedure that I do, and I'll go over that with you. But I always plan on the problems, okay? This is just me. I know something's going to get screwed up. I know I'm going to maybe get a flat tire, right? Speeding on the freeway, maybe someone's going to yell at me or something. Maybe someone's going to tell me no. But I know one thing. If I've got my focus and my goal and my dream, and I have my safety credit, and I have my line of defense, I can get through it every time. You see, what we got to do is give you the discipline, the tools, and the rules. Me, I'm kind of straightforward, so don't take it personally. One client the other day was kind of arguing with me, saying I brag a little, but they were glad that I actually got things done. And they said, it's okay, because now they're getting things done too. It's like, okay, it's like there's no right or wrong, I guess. Safety credit is the tool that we all need, because we always have things that go wrong. So if you have the safety credit, the line of defense, you can see it, believe it, and get through it every time. The ultimate thing is never to bring the pain home. That's what I want you to write down. Never bring the pain home. Safety credit, line of defense, never bring the pain home. You see, we all fall down, and that's what we got to realize. We do. Somebody knocks us down, gets in our way, steals something, whatever happens from us. But if we're going to be Humpty Dumpty, we got to get back up again. And then sometimes we might get knocked down 1,000,000 times. That means we have to get up 1,000,001. My journey with you is pretty simple. All right, I'll tell you a little bit about mine. I'd like to begin one with you. I'd like to hold your hand for the next 90 days. I can get anybody from $0 to $1 million, literally. All right, and I'll even guarantee it in writing. I don't have excuses like most people do. So what I want you to do is write some things down. We're going to talk about Ray's rules today. See, my journey, it's like when it started when I was 3 years old, all right, I got out of what's called getting past go. You see, I got screwed up. When I was 3 years old, Mrs. Hope, she dropped me off at Redondo Beach Pier, literally at 6:30 every morning. 3 to 9:30, I got to do a couple things. She was a she-devil from hell. She got her weekly and monthly checks. The difference is I had to steal and beg, and that to me kind of sucked. One of the things about being dropped off at Redondo Beach Pier, I saw Marina del Rey, Torrance Rocks, Palos Verdes. What I saw is I saw rich and famous people with money. I wanted to know how they got there, so I started to study that too. You see, I want to tell you a little bit about my journey. All right, everybody put me down and told me I couldn't do this or that. Well, that's kind of fun. I had a Lamborghini collection before my coma, my mansions, my yachts. I built and even beat world records as well. So the bottom line is you're going to have to focus on you. Drive your own race. Okay? Don't listen to people around you, sorry to say. What I want you to do is realize I'm going to show you how I got corporate yachts, race boats, and goodies. Helicopters. You see, this is not to brag about it. This is to show you that I can do what I say I can do. Because unfortunately, most people go blah, blah, blah today. It's kind of like that motivational crap. I don't like it. I listen to it to help me, but the reality is at the end of the day, I need a blueprint. I need a map. I need an instruction manual. I need to know exactly how to get it done. So I call it Ray's Rules and Tools. You see, I was kind of lucky and abused as a kid. God gave me an IQ, all right, off the chart with total recall on most things. Most teachers thought I was stupid because I just the way I was. So the bottom line is a corporation's a legal person. I heard that as a kid, and I connected the dots. Now, I want you to think about something. One of the things for me is I didn't like the fact that I had to move 24 times by the time I was 11 and a half. Those people were mean on the 1st and the 15th of every month. So I knew if I was really going to focus on something, I had to turn it into a game because I like to play games. kind of like you. I'm sure if you play a game today, you're going to give it your best, and you're going to what? Go by the rules, the tools, but you're going to want to win. So winning the game of business, I wrote that 43 years ago. All right, so I want you to know today, I want to play a game with you. I want to show you how we can get you there too. All right, but again, all right, the bottom line is I want you to learn the steps. Today, rules, tools, and then get you to the workshop with me. All right, we're going to go through Ray's rules and tools. All I need from you is 90 days. In 90 days, I can get you to the $1 million dream. I can guarantee it. The difference, you're going to have to listen, learn, and let me hand you the fish, and they'll teach you how to fish. You don't have to do much of anything besides listen and learn so you can take it over. All right, that's all we got to do. It's pretty simple. So helping people just like you at seminars, workshops, and boot camps, I've done it for 43 years. My ultimate goal is raise rules and never to bring the pain home. All right, I didn't get the home that I wanted as a kid. All right, I see all the people that got the mommy and the daddies and all that good stuff. Sorry, I never got that. You see, when I was a kid, it's like anything else. It's just helping hand industries. I don't know if you ever heard of that before. Most people say they have. It went worldwide. It was started by a 9.5-year-old kid. By the way, it was me. I brought in 100,000 at 9.5. I brought in $1 million at 14. $1 billion at 24, another $1 billion at 26, all under corporate structure. It's not to brag, it's to show you exactly what you can do for you. The ultimate thing is you've got to realize there are rules and tools we can play the game. Most people complain about rich and famous people today not paying enough tax. See, they know how to play the game and you don't. So let's make sure we don't bring the pain home ever again. You see, today we all are frustrated at times. We all have that at times. We wonder what's next to come. We must have our faith and persistence. That's today's, all right, is our past, knowing that today won't last. See, we're going through weird times. The world's readjusting. I always had to readjust no matter what I'm doing in my life. Have to. So let's always do our best, knowing that God will do the rest. That's how I have the ability to keep going forward. It gives me the confidence. Just give it to Him. I'll do my best, and that's it. All right, in Jesus' name, amen. You see, what happens with most people is they lose their job or they had an emergency or something happens. And all of a sudden they run out of time, they run out of money, and they jack up their credit. See, they don't know any better because there's an alternative way not to bring the pain home. But again, I wrote the rules and the tools to help you. Let's see if we can understand something. On the tablet and pen today, I'd like you to write down, all right, get up starting tomorrow morning at 4:30 in the morning. I don't know why you're sleeping in anyway. I don't get it. But again, we got to get to the discipline. You're going to have to get to know me because I'm going to get to know you. Okay, you're not just going to get a book, product, or whatever from me and go away. I'm going to try to help you every day the rest of your life. All right, I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles. All right, literally for 32 years before I found myself in another coma. It kind of sucks. Worth a couple billions of dollars through corporate structure, but I found myself in a coma and my life got destroyed. But so let's get to know me a little bit. I'd like you to write down Credit Services Act. I want you to Google that today. I need you to do a little research so you understand what they're talking about. It'll take you to the Federal Trade Commission. The Federal Trade Commission will tell you that credit repair is a scam. They're only writing stupid letters and saying not mine, never late kind of crap. It doesn't really work. It'll even tell you that credit repair, all right, they can't collect money up front, but they do it all the time. The next thing is going to refer you to the Credit Repair Organization Act. All right, it says that attorneys can't do credit repair. It's kind of confusing. You listen to your friends, your family, the bank, the credit bureaus, and all this silly stuff, even Credit Karma, but they have no phone number to help you, and they've been indicted before too. So how do we really get through this? The bottom line is knowledge. The NACB certified me. All right, I was the one training Ken Yarborough in Asperian. All right, and basically TRW years ago and having fun. See, all I know is one thing. I can repackage your life, all right, your house, your car, and your bank account. I can get you to $1 million. That's easy. A couple of people will get to $1 billion if they listen and learn, but you're going to have to focus. You're going to have to understand we're going to not bring the pain home anymore. I'm going to show the alternative to that. See, credit saved my life as a kid and as an adult. Okay, so we got to understand credit. Now, here's a problem that I have with blah, blah, blah. Every time I turn around, someone says money for a rainy day. The person saying they don't have a pot to piss in, and on top of that, money for a rainy day is blah, blah, blah. What you need is safety credit. Each one of these cards is worth $50,000. I want you to have $100,000 of personal credit. I want to get that to you. The bottom line is I want you to remember something. All right, safety credit. You can't write off personal credit cards or interest rates, but you're going to have it to maintain a score so you can go get some more. But again, these are the rules and the tools. So let's say today you needed $5,000. And what are you going to do? Go to your friends and family in the bank, they're all going to say no? What if you had a safety credit card, this one for $5,000? It's only a Quicksilver. But what happens? If I had to max it out to buy time, by the way, the payment is $50 a month. The average person wastes $50 every other day. All right, so we got the ability, if we listen and learn, all right, and literally learn to play the game, because we got to play a game. If you don't play it like a game, what you're going to do is be stressed out most of the time. So if we understand something, it's like today. They say that most people waste, or basically, they say they piss away $140 a week. Okay, if that's true about you, all right, there's 4.3 weeks in a month. So that means literally, all right, if we took one of the 50,000 cards and we max the sucker out, the payment is $612.26. For the average person wasting money every month, they could have bought 2 pizzas today, started a business. I like you to stop wasting money. I don't want you to bring the pain home ever again. That's what I want you to do, and I want you to listen to the rules and the tools. I want you to allow me to do it for you. I'm going to hand you the books, the CDs, but you know what? I'm going to do the work. Like I told you in the beginning today, I want you to plan on the problems. No matter what we say or do, someone's going to get in our way, and someone's going to piss us off. We're humans. So the reality is safety credit, line of defense, can get through it. See it, believe, and go get it every day. All we got to do is make sure we keep in our mind always remember what I said. Never bring the pain home. Now, you got an SSN. That means you have a Social Security card. You got it because you were told to get one as a teenager to get the job. So we follow like a bunch of sheep going, bah, and we get the card, we get the job. The first $2,000, we don't have to pay tax. Isn't that good? And then if something screws up, we're the duck. Because when someone wants to screw us up, we have to duck. So let's understand the rules and the tools. Our government bonds us each. Literally, we are bonded. We are the collateral of the United States of America. That's why they're pushing so much about the consensus, because they got to know how much money to print. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, they haven't stopped printing money 24/7. All they keep doing is adding more printing presses. So let's understand what you're allowed to do. Let's break it down and write some things down like a little blueprint for you. Let's think about Ray's rules. All right, and now I know you've all wasted money, thousands of dollars on a bunch of crap, and you don't want to be conned by anybody. But I'm going to do it for you, put you in the workshops with me, you're stuck with me, pray to God you stay there for 90 days. Okay, and I'm going to guarantee it in writing. Since I brought in $3.6 billion of credit for the clients, all right, I think I'm pretty good at this. So let's understand something. If you had that $100,000 of credit today, and all of a sudden something went wrong, you'd have the ability to say what? Catch up, fall down? No. We're going to basically have the ability to get through it. It's like today, the rule is 29%. Raised rules are 29% on a given credit card. You jack it up, your score drops, but that's on you. The next thing is that would give you $71,000 of safety credit. Now let's understand something. I want you to buy time up to a year in case there's a pandemic, in case there's a COVID-19, in case something went wrong. You see, when you take money from the family in the credit, all right, I'm sorry, to start a business, whatever you do, it hurts the family. And that's what you don't want to do. I didn't have a family till I got a wife and kids. I was all alone. So the reality is never bring the pain home. Never do what again? Bring the pain home. So you got the ability to listen to Ray's rules and tools today. Now there's me at 5.5 years old in a coma. I was told I'd never walk again. Okay, simple. Came out of a coma, hit my face at the curb, going 40 miles an hour. Back then there's no helmets. It wasn't the rules to do that. So the bottom line is like the lady I lived at the time. She says, you got to go pee-pee, ring the bell. All right, I rang the bell till my hand was numb. I crawled to the toilet, went pee-pee myself. I don't stay down. I never do. There's me in a coma in 2009. See, I will basically do one thing for me. All right? As long as I'm trying, I'm not dying. And if I'm not trying, I might as well give it up. There's me in a coma in 2009 waiting to die. Didn't matter, I'm worth a couple billions of dollars through the corporate structure. The bottom line is I had swine flu and pneumonia. But I had my corporate yacht and race boat in my backyard. Did you park yours there too? You see, I already brought in $2 billion by the time I was 26. When I started to do seminars, workshops, and boot camps, I didn't need anybody's money. I already had my own. I just wanted to teach them what I know. But then there's always those turds in the way. They always have something to say. There's me in a coma waiting to die. They decide to call it H1N1 at the end of the day. See, what did I do? I came out of the coma. For 5 weeks, I walked around with an oxygen tank. That kind of sucks. It was embarrassing. But my family needed to eat and bills needed to be paid. I put my credit score back to an 820. I popped $1 million of credit again. See, I can't stay down like most people do. Why would I want to do that? I have the rules and the tools to go get it right away. I don't want to stay down like anybody. I'm not going to bring the pain home to my family, and I don't want you to do that either. But again, you got a choice today. You see, the world's changing. All right? You don't get a do-over. You get to live or die. That's the bottom line. COVID-19 can wipe you out. You might think about wearing a mask today. All right? I know if I would have wore a bubble or a mask on my head, I wouldn't have been laying there dead. Believe me, I wish I could go back. But you can't once it's done. So today, I want you to remember, it takes a moment to die and a lifetime to live. I'll get you a mask if you want one. Let me know. Never bring the pain home, because that's the most important thing not to do. You see, it's like being comfortable. I've never been comfortable a day in my life. Never have been. Okay? It's just not in me to be comfortable. I'm always thinking about stealing and begging off the damn pier. So I don't want you to be comfortable either, to be honest with me. See, comfortable people are lazy. They're never going to go get it. So do yourself a favor. Don't be comfortable. But give me 90 days. I'll change your life. I'll guarantee it. See, here's the thing. This morning, when I woke up at 2:25, I dropped to my knees and I thanked God. And I said, thank you, Jesus, for another day. For some reason, since I was a little boy, I wake up at 2:25 every day. Then I go find myself a mirror. See, what I did for me is I wanted to stop time. I stare at the mirror. I don't blame anybody else. I want to go today and go forward. And that's what I do. So try it once. Go look in the mirror for 2 minutes a day. Don't comb your teeth or comb your hair. But ask yourself 2 questions today. Have I completed everything I need to? Have you? Honestly, have you? If you have not, why are you sleeping in past 4:30? Is there more to be done? Here's the problem with most of you, probably all of you. You got an idea, you got a dream, you got something God gave you, and you ask your friends and family. All right, that's the biggest mistake you could do. The bottom line is it clouded your directions. So do me a favor. 90 days. Let me get you on your $1 million dream. I'll guarantee it. I've done it for over 17 million people for over 43 years. I used to incorporate all your rich and famous people, making them millionaires and billionaires. I can do that for you too. But don't tell anybody what you're going to do for 90 days. Shh, it's time to be quiet. Because when you finally do it and they see all the goodies, what you're going to do is they're going to say, how'd you do that? Please just say raisecredit.com. That's all you got to do. See, we got some time to play. So let's think about today. All right, I want you chasing the money and chasing the dream. See, money is one of the top 10s in my life that I love the most. Yes, I love money. All right, somebody's going to say that's right or wrong. There's always some opinion. The reality is, for me, the reason I love money is I don't have to steal and beg off the pier. I can feed my family, pay my bills. I can help people like you. I haven't had a paycheck for 2 decades. I don't need one. I don't need to be here to help anybody. All right, I got everything I ever wanted. Don't you get this yet? But God, I made him a promise in that coma. All right, and I want to help people. So the difference today is I want you chasing the dream. But this time you're going to have to follow through. You see, you're going to go back to the job you probably hate. Eventually they're going to fire you anyway. And what's going to happen is you're going to drive an Uber and deliver some damn pizza. If that's your true American dream, good for you. It's not mine. My goal is to help the world change today, the best I can before I die again. You see, I listened to Mrs. Hope poker game every Wednesday night. I was standing outside my bedroom, was actually the pantry next to the garage. Like I said, she was the she-devil from hell. The reality is nobody gave a shit about me. But I heard one thing. I heard a corporation's a legal person. I wrote it down in my little notes. All right, I was always writing little notes. I thought I was weird. I heard my way out of hell if I could figure it out. So I couldn't sleep all night. I went to the library the next day, next to the Torrance Police Department. And I asked the lady, how do I look it up? She says, here's a microfiche, here's a book. You see, to be honest with you, I was praying to God I could find a book that had the blueprints, the instruction manual, all right, the guide, something to get me out of hell. The reality is simple. I figured somebody wrote something that I could just read the book and CD. See, I was lucky. God gave me an IQ off the chart with total recall, and it pissed off every teacher I've ever had. So guess what? I read every book I could from 7.5 to 9.5 years old. And the bottom line is I got pissed off. There's one thing about me when I get pissed off, all right, I take it internally, and I use it as energy to fight through the BS. So what I had to do is I wrote the rules and tools myself. See, I'm the founder of Helping Hand Industries. I brought in that 100,000. I was just 9.5. I brought in $1 million at 14, double $1 billion by the time I was 26. That's not to brag. This is to tell you flat out, you can do the same thing. See, the Millionaires Founders Kit gives you basically 12 books and CDs, how you get to listen to me all the time. All right? Kind of fun. Real estate module 2. See, I love real estate. I had $841 million of real estate before my coma. I was actually going to try to hit $1 billion that year. But I find myself, my life destroyed in a coma. It kind of sucked. The bottom line is like the financial series. The ability how to go get it. But remember something, please. Never take what I say wrong. Because winning the game of business is how I dealt with the problem, all the BS, and everybody giving me stress and basically giving the pain to me. So if I turned it to a game, I wanted to play. All right? I'll bet you if you play a game today, you're going to want to win. You're probably going to read the instruction manual too. So I wrote the rules and the tools for everybody to learn. That's what God gave me to give to you. It's called Raise Rules. See, we got the ability if we do this right. Now, just think, please. You've always spent thousands of dollars on a bunch of crap. Sorry, but you probably have nothing to show for it. If you read the directions and listen to the CDs, I want you to remember the way I wrote it. It's called the KISS method. It's step-by-step equal goal. You actually reach the goal, not a bunch of BS. Putting your life together the right way. The instruction manual. Knowing that literally the Millionaires Founders Kit has raised rules and tools, 1,000 of those in those books and CDs. Knowing the first thing I look at is the Bible. I have to. All right? Even when I was stealing and begging on the pier, I kept asking God to help me. The bottom line is pretty simple. So you got 12 books and CDs. It's called the Millionaires Founders Kit. There's 1,000 rules and tools in the books. So the bottom line is, if you don't want to play with me personally, all right, you can actually get the books and CDs, do it on your own. I'd like you to do both. You see, I'm the guy that invented Homestead Blocker. And I know you don't know what I'm talking about. All right, but that's when we're doing 841 million. See, all right, UCC1 chattel mortgage. These are things that I want to teach you. I want to show you. I want to do it for you. That's my desire. My wife says what I do is a hobby because I don't have to be here. Well, I have to keep my word because I made it to God in a coma. You can become the bank today if you want to. You can get buckets of money. I wrote the book. I showed everybody how to do this as I would consult for many banks for many years. You can do tax balancing too. The ability for you is very simple. When the credit hotline closed their office in March because of COVID-19, the employees went home to get the extra unemployment check. The back of their warehouse, they're donating all the furniture, just walking away. I found my books and CDs that my wife gave away while I was in a coma. You know, for 32 years, I was at the Bonaventure. Had a line out the hotel almost every night, picking up these books and CDs. I sold it for $20,000. The Marriott in Long Beach for 40 years plus. So today, I'd like to hand it to you. All right? The bottom line is the office, they have salespeople here. They sell for $9.99. All right, that's okay for them to make their commission. They make a living, right? Just like you. Me, I like to give it away for $4.99. So if you don't have the rules and tools, all right, please understand it's in those books and CDs. It can change your life. It really can. So I'll also give you a mask, and I pray to God you wear it. So what we do here is we take Zelle wire deposit. Take a picture of that page, please. This way you can change your life. Now, the ultimate goal is this. Well, I was training Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW and Aspirin years ago. All right, also working with Harold Stokes, my mentor. All right, I loved him dearly. Now, guess what? I'm the guy that created what's called rapid scoring for your mortgage companies. Like I said, I've been doing this for 43 years. What I'd like to do is rebuild your credit, if you allow me to. I need to make you a qualified CFO. All right, I created something because God gave me a vision a couple of years. He does it all the time, called Rapid Refresh. It's where it pushes credit scores up to basically an 820. So if you're looking for that, I can do that for you too. So it's credit lines. All right, no, it's not credit trade line crap. These are credit lines, credit cards, and checkbooks. All right, the bottom line is cash is king and queen. All right, articles, corporation, books, CDs, and classes. I need you to write something down right now, please. Every credit card you ever have, I don't care if it's personal or business, I want it at 25 to 29%. Can you write it down, please? All right, that way you can maintain the 820 credit score. You've got to not go past 29%. You do that, that's on you. You're listening to the rules and the tools. I got to make you a qualified CFO. The ability to do this under Ray's rules and tools came from God, not me. I'm just felicitating what he gave me to do. I'd like to get you an 820. By the way, I'll guarantee it too. I got no hesitation at all. I do this for people every day. Now, I'm sorry, but LifeLock, Mark started it years ago. I knew Mark when he started it. They even pushed him off the board. You know, LifeLock, I'm sorry to say, they've been indicted so many damn times, they can't even count. The last time was $100 million. If you're wasting money there, knock it off, please. Now, with me, there's 4 points of a way to make money, literally. What I like to do is real estate. Okay? Real estate, we can make millions of dollars. But we can't take the liability on us or you. You made mistakes because you didn't know, but today you're going to know. Okay? It's like if the world's changing, we have to re-change with it too. Just like real estate's fun. Now, when I get a fixer-upper, and if that's what I'm going to do, I'm going to call it a flippity-dippity-do. I got to turn it into a game to make the money. The duplex, the fourplex, the apartment complex. I'm on my process of doing about $10 billion in the next 36 months. By the way, I always beat my goals. I don't come short. So the reality is, it's like if you want a franchise today, we got to pick a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, or a Wendy's because they stay open through COVID-19. Profit sharing, there's ways to play that as well. Now, I don't know if you know this, but there's 84 ways to leverage money and credit. This is $1 million. This is $100,000. I can get 99 more off these cards. I have $10 million of credit history, so when I order a card for you off my card as a second card, I just get separate billing for you. You get to use me, and you get the card and the history, and you get the credit too. So leveraging money and credit, there's 84 ways to do that. How do I know? I invented every one of them. I was teaching rich and famous people for 43 years to do that. So I'm going to only teach you at the workshops about 3 or 4 ways. That's all you need. Now, if we look at rich and famous people, they don't try to get a paycheck. We'll show you exactly why that's true. So as we do this, it's like today they're talking about, Prop 22 in California. All these people need is a corporation and tax ID, and their problem is solved. That's all they got to do. You see, there's no such thing as an unemployment or basically an independent contractor. In California, there's 12 points of labor, but a tax ID and a corporation circumvents them. Now let's look at this. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Okay, understand, that's my favorite car, and that's the car that I got when I was 14 and a half years old. Okay, see, I was one of those kids. I got to live in the garage at 1074 Redding Avenue, Costa Mesa, 92626. The man was the inventor of video pong. He said he converted his garage as a bedroom, but that's baloney. He brought home the movie called Cannonball Run. Okay, that was nice. We got 40 kids, me yelling at the car. He stopped the car. He came over to me, and this is straight, so take it from me and learn something, please. He came over to me and says, could you kindly shut up? Okay, you live in my garage and you're a piece of shit. That's what he told me. Now, I've been in martial arts since I was 4 years old. I could have whipped his, you know what. But I learned something a long time ago. Like I said, when I get pissed off, I internal it. I use it as energy. Next thing what I did, yes, sir. The following week, I went to an auction. Listen to me carefully. I went to an auction and I bought a Lamborghini Countach. That's right. I'm 14 and a half years old. I bought a Countach at a freaking auction because I already brought in $1 million. I went to court twice at that time. You see, when I was born in a damn taxi, okay, she wanted a little girl. Ray's my middle name, by the way. And they told me I had to come back at 15 and a half years old. So let's understand. When I got that Lamborghini and I drove in front of his house to go back in the house, I went boom, boom. He came out. When he came out, he said, whose car? I said, mine. The face that he gave me, I will never forget. Not just because I got told a recall. The best, I would say revenge, or the best thing you could ever do is bite your tongue, shut up, just go get it, and let everybody rub their nose in their own shit. But men, I've got 32 new books coming out, and one of them is called Bite Your Tongue, Love Longer. So men, do yourself a favor. Shut up. Women don't want to hear your crap. She's a tape recorder. She'll play it back in your face every time. So it's called Bite Your Tongue, Love Longer. It's about time you listen how to play that game too. So let's understand something. Lamborghini, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. You see, everybody you see around you, they drive a company car. They ride it off. They ride it all off. But not you. What you do, you get a paycheck. You barely get that at all. Then you pay all your bills. The reality from there, you pay for a car you should not. And what do? Most of you take money and credit from the family. And you roll the dice. And what do? You do everything I hate. Bring the pain home. I didn't have a home. Don't you get this? I got to help and save the damn world because I don't want them to go through the hell I went through. You can buy a company car through a tax ID and a fleet price. The workshops, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I'd like you to understand something. I want to change your life called your Ray's Rules. Now, you're probably using your paycheck today to pay for the car payment, the gas, registration, insurance. I'd like you to yell as loud as you can right now. No. No, don't do it anymore. I want you to get a car under tax ID and fleet price. I want you to listen to me, and I want to change your life because I know I can. See, I got to make sure you listen to me enough that you hear, don't bring the pain home. You have no idea. I don't want you to bring the pain home, ever. You don't have to. There's a science behind all the madness. There always has been. People will talk about do this or do that, like the one guy on the internet going, hey, I do $100,000, blah, blah, blah. Like I told him, show me your shit or shut up. When I met him, I told him he's full of shit. Sorry. All right, if you don't got $100 million, you haven't done billions of dollars, shut up, because you need people's money to get your dream true. Oh, the other one, there's secrets in the stock market. We don't need to be conned anymore. Damn it, we work hard for our money. We need the freaking truth. You got your SSN. Remember what I told you? Because they bond us each. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way it works. The United States of America Incorporated. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But we have the choice. You can change everything starting today. You got one SSN. That means you're the duck. That means you bring the pain home. Sorry. Now, ladies, I'd like you to pull out the Social Security card in your purse. It's next to your feet. Gentlemen, it's in your wallet, in your back pocket. The problem with most people, like I'm going to say all of you, sorry, you don't pay attention. You trust people, and you just sign your name away. It doesn't happen anymore, not on my dime. It says do not laminate, don't use for variety purposes. It tells you flat out it's not even your damn card. Read it. The only reason you have this is so they can track you and you can equal a 1040. I want you to write down Ray's Rules today, and I want you to change your life now. Not tomorrow, now. You got one SSN. That's all. The Federal Trade Commission today says 97% are screwed up. Probably most of you. I want to show you the alternatives. Ray's rules. You got the ability. Now I need you to listen carefully. Write down SS4 times 4. Come on. I know you've all looked at an application before. You saw SS and SS4. Maybe you tried the SS4 and it didn't work because you didn't let me to do it for you. As an affiliate of 115 creditors, I'm allowed to set up a credit report under a tax ID. I've been doing this since I was a kid. So if we look at SS4 times 4, write it down. You know, unfortunately, don't take it wrong, please. If you can't name a corporation after you because that's called dumb. You don't name it what it does because you want multiple functions. That's double dum-dum if you do. Now, I need you to do what I did in 1986, the way I designed this, under 17900A3 of the business code, okay? I need you to write it down, line of defense. Can you do that for me, please? I want you to have a division for real estate, franchise, current business. You see, what happens with me, I can build you a credit report to get you a $100,000 credit card for the tax ID or the $1 million card. Which one would you like? Would you like them both? See, here's the thing about corporate credit. You can write off the interest rate and the card and all the depreciation value, and there's 14 ways to get corporate credit. I know that the guys out there going, you get corporate credit, no guarantee. Yeah, if you want a damn Staples card, let me know. We need cash. It's king and queen. Like I already told you, I'd like to hand you $100,000 of personal credit. You got to maintain that score. You got no choice. That's the way the system is. But using 29%, $74,000 of safety, after today, I don't want you to ever take money or credit from your family to start a business ever again. That stops. Why? Because I said so. Sorry, I'm going to tell people what to do. I've been doing it all my life. Never hurt your family. Never bring the pain home. It's Ray's rules. You got an SSN or an SS4. I mean, do you still want to be the duck some more? Give me a friggin' break. You don't have to bring the pain home ever. You never had to. But the problem is no one bothered to teach you. These dummies out there, there's a secret. Oh, kiss my ass ads. There's no damn secret. If you know, help people. I get tired of BS. Sorry. See, an SSN is a 1040. That's your basically, you get a tax return. All right? You get 1 or 2 write-outs if you're lucky. The SS4 times 4, limited liability at all. You get to almost write off everything it does. So if you're going to say the rich and famous people don't pay enough tax, do yourself a favor, shut up and join them. Okay? Because we pay enough tax for just getting a gallon of gas. So, Ray's rules. All right? Never bring the pain where again? Home. SS4, if you allow me to, I can build you an Asperian, an Equifax, or a TransUnion. You never had to jack up your personal credit at all. You didn't have to hurt you and your family. Okay? These are the things you need to know. You need to make sure you don't bring the pain home ever again. Now, if you're watching me on Google, Facebook, YouTube, that's fantastic. All right? I appreciate you just showing up. The reality is simple. You're missing the PowerPoint in front of me. You might want to go to rayswebinar.com and get the full overview. Because I want you never to bring the pain where again? Home. You see, we got to look at chapter 18. Remember, I heard this at 7.5 years old. I heard a corporation's a legal person. All right? I got this page. It says it's a base legal person and it may sue or be sued. You don't have to be you. You got the alternative to help yourself and your family, and you don't have to look at legal advice. It's in the damn chapter 18. Your ability. Now, you ready to listen and learn some more? Understand the United States of America Incorporated. They set up their line of defense, but you haven't yet. All right? Their line of defense are called states. Every state's a corporation. Now, the states set up their line of defense too. Every city is a corporation. But you haven't done what needs to be done yet. You haven't even begun. I'm the one who modified and created the divisions in '86. You might just want to listen to the guy that helped create the system in the first place. But that's kind of on you. You see, I'm probably the most verified person you can find on the damn planet. And find out I'm not full of shit. The bottom line is, that's just the way it is. Don't take it wrong, please. It's just the truth. All right? We the people. The Supreme Court says so, that you are we the people. And stepping up to the plate, you don't have to bring the pain where? Home? So do yourself a favor. Understand. Nixon took the gold standard out. They got the key to the printing press. And all they do is print money 24/7, go wee, 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 all the way home. That's why they got to do the consensus. They got to know how much money to print. Don't you get this? You and I, we got a Social Security card when we were a teenager because they told us to, like sheep. We follow because we don't know any better. We had to do it anyway. If something goes wrong, we're the doc. But you don't have to be. You have no idea how frustrating it is for me. I want to scream it to the world. All right? It's like it's killing me to stand still and not tell everybody what they need to do. It's like having a cure for something. It's like Mama this morning. She gave birth to a baby at a hospital. She's been waiting for that baby. She has driving her crazy. All right? The bottom line is they hand her an SSN form for the baby within 3 hours. The baby cannot go in the stroller, car seat, and go home until the baby has an SSN form and a Social Security number on its way. Because they got to go print some more money. Don't you get this? There's nothing wrong with the system. You just know how to play the game. When you play a game, do you play to win? The problem is you don't know the rules and the tools. So how are you supposed to win when you don't know? But again, that's on you. I want to help you. SS 4 times 4. We got the ability, is a corporation got a tax ID, line of defense. Every division's got a tax ID. If we looked at a bankruptcy today, debt falls SSN or SS4. You got one of these, more of these, who the hell wants to be the doc? But it's on you. You got one. You got no chance. No wonder the world sucks and 97% have shitty credit today. But again, you can learn how to play the game too. It's called Ray's Rules and Tools. I don't want you to be the duck anymore. I want everybody in the world to know, never be the duck. Your SSN, I want to turn it into a safety credit for your family. I don't want you to ever hurt them again, ever. What's the problem with marriage today? The first thing they fight about is what? Money. Why? Because they don't know the rules and the tools. Corporation gets a tax ID. What do? We set up the line of defense because every division gets a tax ID. We got the ability to go get the dream if we want to. But again, you got to not be the duck. It's Ray's rules. You see, I want you to listen very carefully. All right? Listen carefully, please. Don't bring the pain home. We've seen this, and this is proof again and again. Donald Trump filed bankruptcy in 4 corporations in the past. He didn't bring the pain home like you do. Why would you? You can do the same thing. All right? Rich and famous people file bankruptcy every day, but they stay rich and famous, but not you. We watched Wells Fargo Bank set up in 1852 steal identity. They should have been shut down. They got fined $3 billion. They wrote that off too. Shut down 457 locations so far. You've watched cities file bankruptcy in the past. Cities are corporations. Don't you get this yet? See, knowing Ray's rules and tools and having me help you, do the work for you, and you master this here, no one can ever screw you again. But again, maybe that's too honest with you. It's like credit cards get you credit score. That's nice. But credit score gets you a house and a car. But a house and a car don't do anything for your credit report at all when they're there. They look pretty, and let's just screw them up. The rule is don't screw them up. That's the rule. That's what you got to focus on. 29%. Write it down, please. 25 to 29% on every given card. I want you at the workshop with me. I've been doing Saturday workshops, seminars, workshops, and boot camps for 43 years. I don't know where you've been. If you're coming back, let's do it again and again. Let's get you through the process. Let's make sure you stop bringing the pain home. It's like I'm not going to do anything besides rebuild your credit in the beginning. Why? I got to make you a qualified CFO. You have to be a qualified CFO. You got no choice. When somebody tells you out there you don't have to guarantee cash credit, they're full of crap. Okay? Anybody can get supply credit, but that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for the cash, cash, cash. It's king and queen. I can get you 720, 90 days or less. It's $4.99. Rapid refresh is pretty simple. It's a system that I created that God gave me to give you. It puts everybody to an 820. We charge $4.99 for that too. It's $9.98. But wait, there's more. If you remember that from our show, it was kind of fun. The office sells it for $9.98. That's fine. I'm not on commission. I haven't had a paycheck for over 20 years. Don't want a paycheck. So what happens is I always discount everything that I do, and I always make sure I give you 1 to 10 times cash credit back to you for what you invest in yourself. In other words, it's hard to trust anybody, but if I can take away all your excuses, you got to give it a try. I also hold a class on 1 o'clock on Pacific Standard Time on Saturday, credit education. I don't want you to screw this up ever again. All right? So let's understand something. When I do it on the webinar, I give it away for $4.99. That's it. So this gives you 2 times back on that credit card, credit education, do all the work, you get an $8.20 or more. You've all wasted thousands of dollars before. I mean, the bottom line is, why don't you reinvest in yourself and just let me do the work for you? You see, Ray's rules are serious. I get everybody to an $8.20. All right, but again, you got to listen and let me do my job. You see, it's 90 days or less no matter what a mess you got. The bottom line is you have the ability through the webinar, and you call 877-519-7509. When you do that, they're going to give you what I offered you. If you do it 30 minutes afterwards, they're going to go back to the $9.98. They're on commission. They sell their money. So we take Zelle wire deposit. But no matter what you do, you're stuck with me. I'm not going to let you down. Let's understand something. All right? I do broadcasts twice a day. All right? Going now 3 times a day. All right? Monday through Friday and all day Saturday. I've got to give myself. I do not pass the buck. Nobody speaks for me. They don't have the total recall, the IQ. I don't think they do. So 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, education or status updates, you're stuck with me. I might ask you to do 1 or 2 things. That's about it. That's all you're going to have to do. So I got specialty classes too. All right, some people want to specialize in something. Okay. So maybe they want to basically specialize in nonprofit. I got my first exemption. I was 9.5. I'm pretty good at that. Stock Kit is the Bible of a corporation. Real estate, $841 million so far in the past. Tax balancing, leveraging money. I wrote all 84 ways. Goal setting. I reached every goal I've ever had. You can get to the classes if you want to do specialties too. But again, that's on you. What I tell people, and I'm direct, so and never take it personally, people. All right, ladies and gentlemen, because I might piss you off. I tell you too, like this guy, I told him flat out, you screwed up. Why did you screw this up? You jacked up your cards again. You lost 33 points. You crashed your rapid twice. What the hell's wrong with you? You said you wanted to get this done. I'm going to keep it real. So I told him, get your butt back to the workshop. Let's begin again. So what I told him, because analyzing him, because I analyze everybody, all right, to see what needs to be done. I told him, you take $726 and you pay those cards back to 29%. I have a 100% success rate because I follow through. The only reason it would take longer is because of you. You're the only one who takes longer. So I put him in a rapid refresh and I popped him $121,000 of credit. So the bottom line is pretty simple. Raise rules and tools. I don't want you bringing the pain where? Home ever again. Now, here's something. I want you to think about this. If you're a non-client, okay, and if you ever have a question, all right, you can always fax them over to me, and I'll put them in the next webinar. There's the fax number right there as well. And this is for non-customers. Because if you're a customer, you're going to answer questions in the workshops anyway, and you can always fax before the workshop starts. You know that. If you want to make up to 20% on a given day, let me know. We might pay up to 20% to you. Now, being dropped off at the pier as a little boy and seeing Marina Del Rey and all the money, I've been studying every rich and famous people I can find since I was a little boy because I want to know how they got it. This is Walt Disney. Walt Disney in the past filed bankruptcy 7 times, maybe like a couple of you. Recently, they got $1 billion in the bank. They don't want to pay tax. So how do they do it? They know how to play the game. All they did is write an IOU to themselves. That's all they had to do. So I'm going to try to get you to the $1 million, and they're messing with $1 billion and paying no tax. You ready to play? I don't want you bringing the pain where? Home. Corporations never pay tax till they make a profit. Remember, the United States of America has their line of defense. States have theirs called cities. It's about time you step up to the plate. All right? Because you are we the people. It's your constitutional right. Now, when it comes to your personal credit, again, you can't write it off. We got to call it safety. We got to get rid of that crap about money for a rainy day crap. Those are the ding-dongs in the past. No, we need safety credit. Now, the way I designed it in 1986 is pretty simple. I like to get 8 of these, all right, cards per division. All right, 9 lines of credit, supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit, gas cards, which are fleet gas cards, and cash cards too. Knowing the ability how you can literally write off almost every credit card interest rate and everything a corporation does. That's how they get to win. Don't you know this? You got to win the game. You've got to be a qualified CFO. You have to use Ray's rules and tools and never bring the pain home. Now, people always talk about Warren Buffett. You know, I wish they would talk and know facts versus what they think about the stock market. See, I studied his father first, and I studied him. The man owns 100 companies plus. He owns his favorite 10 companies, by the way. So like in your corporation, your divisions, entities, subsidiaries, what I'm trying to get you to do, the man owns Ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell, Dairy Queen, See's Candy, all right, Bridge Jewelry, and Fruit of the Loom. See, he knows how to play the game. It's about time you turn. It's your turn. As an affiliate, 115 creditors. I'm going to tell you flat out, don't use authorized user. It's just in the way. You don't need a trade line because that's crap too. You got the ability to become a qualified CFO. I'm going to rebuild you using Ray's rules and tools. So as we do this, every SS4 will get a Sperian, Equifax, and a TransUnion. We're going to use the rules and the tools and play the game right. So let's remember something. Me, all right, Dr. Reynolds, which is me, invented 113 ways to daisy chain credit. I can turn these into 99 more. I've been teaching that for 43 years too. We got to talk about corporate credit. It's the only thing you need to write off. I met a lady 6 months ago. She says, I don't want a corporation. I said, ma'am, your credit's so bad, let's incorporate your name. Let's rebuild you. At the same time, we take care of your past crap. She did that. Now she's got 3 businesses. She didn't think she wanted to. When it became easier, she dove in. We got to talk about Ray's rules and the credit and the corporation because we have to write it off. So as we do this, if you have the intent to defraud anybody or rip anybody off, I will definitely testify, get you a court of law. You're not ripping anybody off of my dime. Now, this client the other day says, I can't believe you got me a personal capital one venture. The ventures I usually get are anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 a piece. There's a venture and there's a venture one. Usually we try to take care of the personal $100,000 for safety. And I got him a Spark green card for the corporation. He was so screwed up he couldn't believe it. All right, the reality is, the goal is I can help all of you. You got the ability to do this every day. Now, you had 3 divisions float in front of you in a corporation. Can you write a blueprint for me? Corporation, line of defense, and 3 divisions. I want you to remember something. I don't want your corporation to ever do business. Never. It's going to get credit, but it's going to manage the businesses. See, the divisions are the ducks and not you anymore. So if we have a corporation with the tax ID, line of defense, and divisions, we'd have to know if something goes wrong to a piece, a division, entity, or subsidiary, we have to disconnect. We have to learn the 3-step. We might as well call it the Donald Trump, the Wells Fargo, the Citi step, or even rich and famous people. It's the same damn step. We can disconnect, isolate, incorporate. If I can't save that piece, I'm going to bankrupt the piece. Keep the other pieces, but I'm not bringing the pain home. The world has to know never to bring the pain home again. Ray's rules and tools. We don't want to complain about rich and famous people not paying enough tax. We want to join them because we want to pay as much as tax as we have to. When you bought your house, you probably did it wrong. Sorry, don't take it personally. Okay? I'm going to tell you to write down Ray's rules. You see, what I told you in the beginning today, I want to repackage your house, your car, and your bank account. Escrow works for you, but you let them tell you what to do. I don't get this. I really don't. It should have been escrow closed, escrow homestead, escrow record, and a trust. That's what it should be. Now, here's the problem. And I'm blunt, so don't take it personally, please. If somebody sues you today, they screw you, you lose your house and your assets. If it's not in a trust, when you die, your family doesn't get anything. When I was in a coma, my wife donated all the forms to Google. Literally. So you could Google the word trust and get the form for free. For less than $20, you can go file it today. But if you don't listen to me, that's on you. It really bothers me when I'm an audience of thousands of people. And you know what happens? I ask a question. Is your house in your name or a court trust? And it's in their name. What if they die? I thought they wanted to take care of their family. Let's go back to the fixer-upper. That'll be more fun. The other thing just pisses me off. So if we got a fixer-upper, I'm going to call it a flippity-dippity-do. You're going to hire that contractor who's going to hire the subcontractor that stands outside Home Depot. Really good. Now they're going to cut every corner they can, and when they slip and fall, they're going to sue and screw you for everything you got. Sorry, it's the truth. The reason most people fall down, probably all of you, is because you allowed somebody to. Okay, you allowed it because you did not, all right, package yourself correctly in case something went wrong. You had a backup for a backup. See, there's no plan B. Plan B is for losers. There's only a plan A. That's all there is. So let's understand something. I want you to do it my way. I want every property you ever play with is going to be quickly due to a division. I want you to do assignment of equity. If anybody tries to sue or screw you again on my watch, they don't get to sue or screw you at all. They get diddly squat. Why not? My goal is to protect all of you. What God gave me. Why would you bring the pain home? You don't have to. I don't get it. I really don't. I'm sorry. Raise rules. You got the ability. It's like we got to fix that property. Every day I talk to a dummy. Not you, of course. There's always a dummy going, I don't want to pay tax, Ray. Corporations don't pay tax till they make a profit. So what I call about a dummy is somebody who tries to play peekaboo with the IRS. The only way to win the game, ever, is to play by the rules. Don't you get this? Every game you've ever played, you play by the rules, don't you? Cheaters don't win. So if you go to irs.gov right now, and you download a form called 656 of 433A and B, if you're one of those dummies, you can get back on track. So you can get your COVID-19 check and get your butt back in the system where it belongs. But again, that's raise rules and tools. Now, we still got to fix it the property. Now here's the thing. When I was a kid, I got teased by so much crap. One of the things they always tease me about is being I'm the original OPM, other people's money. So I want you to write down 4 divisions right now, please. I want you to have a division for carpet. All right, appliances, fixtures, and wood. I don't pay for anything, all right, up front to start any business. Out of $2.6 billion businesses before the coma, I literally never used any money to start a business. It's been a game I've been playing with myself. I always tell myself, if I'm as smart as I think I am, I don't need money to start a business. So that's what I've done. And it's like anything else like this. I'm going to teach you at the workshop how to save 70% from every manufacturer you deal with. Then I want to make sure they give you a 60 to a 90-day open account. I don't want you to use your money to fix up the damn property. Why would you do that? That makes no sense to me. When you fix up the property and it's closing escrow will pay all the bills for you. You see, the problem with people, probably you got $200,000. Every time every one of you had extra money you never thought you were going to have, or that 50 or 100,000, whatever it is, you act like you're rich. I'm sorry, you're not. 200,000 fits in my jacket pocket. I've had it there many times. So if you act like you're rich, you're going to piss it away again. Now you're broke again. See, I believe that you've had $10,000, $100,000 in the past and you pissed it away. And some of you are broke today. Write down 3 more rules. These are most important things that I live by. Raise rules. Leveraging money. Borrowed money is not taxable. Can you write it down, please? You see, knowing how to play the line of defense, you can protect your family and never bring the pain home ever again. It's raise rules and tools. It's like leveraging money. When I had my location in Irvine, Spectrum, 22,000 square feet, the bank would call every morning or show up at the office going, See, when you got money, they treat you like king and queen. You don't have any money, they don't even know your damn name. The banker would come over to the office every morning and say, what do I do for you? That's what you want. You want to be treated special with respect. When you make the bank verify itself, by the way, they have to say yes. So let's teach you some things about leveraging money, credit. So for instance, today, if we had that $200,000, I tell you, do not spend it. I tell you, let's put in this type of a CD, this type of a line of credit we're going to get, and this bank account we're going to get too. Now remember, banks can borrow from the feds times 10 and loan back times 5 to us. So let's play the game like they play it. So what that means for you is that $600,000 a reference point. And again, they can loan up to 5 times 5. Now, if they loan us times 5, by the way, that happens to be $3 million. I want you to remember something. Borrow money is not taxable. If you have $100,000 in your pocket and you piss it away, what's left? Zero. If you leverage it, whatever you do with the borrowed money is not taxable. You're building more money, 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 money. So let's understand how to play the game. That, we'd want to use $2 million of that. I'd get you to go buy a McDonald's today. Get you big fries and a shake and a Big Mac. Why not? See, you got to beat your own dad. Every one of you can get a damn McDonald's today. All right? If you know, here's the thing. I always get one that says, I don't have $200,000. I don't care what you got. What I care about is your commitment to you and your family. I'll help anybody. I always have. $1,000 to $25,000 in CD. I don't care. Whatever you got. We're going to teach you the same rules and tools. See, $1,000 becomes $15,000 to $50,000 to $100,000 to $1 million. 25 becomes instantly $375 and $1 million faster. It's like today. If you just want to bring in some money, we'll get you 4 pizzas a day. Maybe you want a McDonald's, a Wendy's, or a Taco Bell. I can help you do any of these things. For me, when I wanted my Rolex years ago, I didn't want to pay for it. I wanted it free. And that's just me. If I'm going to think I'm as smart as I think I am, I'm going to get it for free. They wanted $89,000 for the watch. I set up a division for jewelry. I got it wholesale price $39,000. They overnighted the watch. The bill's not due for 30 days. I put a loan on the damn watch that I did not own. See, if it didn't work, I'd send them back the watch. But I knew it was going to work. I paid the invoice and left over. I maintained the payments on the watch. At the end of the day, I got it for free. You might want to watch me some more because you got the ability to learn Ray's rules and tools. Now, these are my clients in the past. Doesn't matter if it's previous president or Fishburne and his mama. Doesn't matter if it's Michael, Kirk and Vane. Doesn't matter if it's Costner. No matter if it's the Lakers or the Clippers or whatever. They're all the clients. But again, it's like Free Ray, Ricky Ross. We come from the same areas. College professor, Biola University. See, you got to beat your own doubt. I can get every one of you to $1 million to $1 billion. It's called millions to billions. See it, believe it, go get it. That's all you got to do. See, it's like a business opportunity. Today, every one of you could take a corporation and look up C-191D. 8 ways to loan out money. This is a credit card for $100,000. It's not even mine. It's got to maintain the payment. What do? Take $50,000, loan it to 5 people, $10,000 each, put a second trustee on their house. Call that company. It's my money. I want it now. It's because they'll factor the money. They'll hand it back to me in 12 hours or less. Put a homestead blocker and a UCC1. I just created $2,449 of cash flow after the card is paid for. Don't you get it? That's leveraging. If I use $100,000, that's $4,800 a month. 150, 73, 47. How much cash flow would it take for every month for you to free up your time? You can design your own blueprint using Ray's rules. Nothing gets in your way but you. It's like my first car was a Lamborghini. What car you wanted or a tax ID and fleet price? Let me know. That's all you got to do. All right, I'm sorry. I'm not going to show anything unless I obtained it myself. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm trying to say, hey, I'm not full of shit when I show you my mansions, my helicopters, or Lamborghinis, Ferraris, the yachts. All right? The bottom line is, do you want someone to help you who didn't do shit? Or you want somebody who's done it and keeps doing it again and again, getting you past go? It's called Ray's Rules. Again, if you're a non-client, you can fax me some questions if I don't answer them. Going to the overview, it's pretty simple. We'll add it to the next one. They're always live, by the way. God's gift. You know, I parked my race boat and my yacht in my backyard. I don't know where you parked yours, but that's what I did before my coma. I like the helicopters, the Lamborghinis, and the buildings too, wouldn't you? The ability is you. Now, I need you to do a couple things because I want you to listen. Actually, I just want to tell you what to do. Every time you cash your check or use a debit card, you pull out your driver's license. It's like saying, here's where I live. Come rob my house. I'm not home tonight. Oh, sue me, screw me, take my house away too. I want your driver's license changed to a P.O. box or a mailing address. Write it down. It's Ray's rules. Because you got the ability not to bring the pain home ever again. And as you step up to the plate, like in here, California, after the Schaefer bill, the Driver's Privacy Protection Act, you have the ability to never bring the pain home. You bought your car last, you let somebody sweat you, some guy with an ugly shirt and an ugly tie probably, sweat you for hours. You did it your way. Okay. You lost 5,000 plus up to 9 inquiries too. If you're going to keep doing it your way when they hand you the paper, when you sign it from now on, put down it allows 1 inquiry only and take a picture. Me, I like you at the workshop with me. I want to get you the car at fleet price and a tax ID and show you how to do that exactly. But again, you'd have to understand we're going to basically play the game. Ray's rules. You got the ability. And here's the problem. Sorry. If today you go to the grocery store or the bank and you bump somebody's car, a little bumpity bump, your heartbeat's going to go really bad, fast. Driver's license, insurance, registration, please. See, here what they're going to do is pretty simple. It shouldn't have been your home address. The insurance you probably pay out of your taxable paycheck versus the corporation, which should be. And you're the registered owner, so you're the duck. Sorry, they're going to call one of those bloodsuckers on TV, one of those attorneys. They're going to screw you and take everything you got because you didn't listen to me. You didn't use Ray's rules. See, in the beginning, I told you, I want you to protect yourself. I want to protect your house, your car, your bank. I want to repackage your whole life. So let's think. Let's remember something, okay? If the registered owner was the line of defense division and the lien holder could be the corporation, they couldn't sue you in the first place. And they can't screw you and take everything you got. They get diddly squat. You see, maybe you didn't have to fight like I had to get out of hell or fight for everything you've ever had in your life like I've had to. But again, maybe you want to learn. It's called Ray's Rules and Tools. You got the ability to never bring the pain home, but that's on you. What I did on July 3rd, 2009, life's great. I'm helping people. All right, #1 consultant in the world, blah, blah, blah. All right, no problem. Got a couple $1 billion worth. Got my yacht in my backyard. There's the address. Everything's going good. Fill it up, $1,600. Use the corporate card and the interest rate. Get to write all that, including the yacht. Like, no, why not? But there's July 5th. I didn't plan on being in a damn coma. Just like none of us planned on COVID-19. That's why I say if I could have wore a bubble around my freaking head, I don't want to lie there dead. I had to remove the word deceased off my credit report. Don't you get that? And the judge asked me to get a letter from my mother. She threw me away as a baby. Who the fuck's going to give me a letter? So guess what? Yeah, I came out of the coma. I walked around with an oxygen tank. Embarrassing, but hell. My family needed to eat. Bills needed to be paid. I put my credit back to an 820 and I popped another $1 million of credit. I don't stay down. Why would I ever do that? I'm not like anybody on this planet. I never have been. God only made one of me. Thank God for that. God's using me to help you. You going to pay attention today? I pray that you don't bring the pain home anymore. I made a promise in that coma to help people the rest of my life. I named my son and my daughter after me. See, the Ray Reynolds University is my legacy. And I got to change the world before I die again. You got 877-519-7519 today. So 877-519-7519. You could call and say, I just got done with Ray's webinar. They're going to give you the goodies I offer today. If you wait, then they don't. RaysRules.com is the voice of credit for you. Let's talk about you having a corporation today. You probably have one. You probably spent $3,000 for a piece of paper and a stock kit. I like doing the articles, the houses, and the tax ID for $9.99, and I hand it to you. Hand you the fish, but then I want you basically in the workshops with me. Remember, I don't pass the buck. I do them all. So, setup class. 90 days listening again and again and again. Level 1, set up the line of defense, the divisions. That's 90 days. That's $9.99 too. The office sells it for $19.98. But wait, there's more. I like to give it away for $17.99. What I do is make sure you learn the rules and the tools and the discipline. I make sure I hand you $5,400 of cash credit back to you. All right, 3 times a month you invested in yourself. I do the rapid rescore and the credit building too. See, I take away all of your excuses. That's what I just did. And all you got to do to use Ray's rules and tools, you're stuck with me. Zelle, wire, make a deposit. Everything I touch is expedited because I'm impatient. Now, they said the Titanic couldn't sink. Hell, it couldn't even turn. Colonel Sanders didn't get his first $1 million check till he was 71. Thomas Edison didn't give up. Why did a couple of you? Bannister was told, please don't run the 4-minute mile, sir, you're going to die. He said, go to hell, I'm going to do it my way anyway. Okay. You see, ever since I was a little boy, I've been kicking the door jamb. I started martial arts at 4 years old. The reality is the instructor came out of the studio day after 3 days of me doing the work for free. He yelled at me, he says, you get your blankety blank in there and you clean the friggin' place. You don't get lessons for free. Thank you, Aaron, Norris, and Chuck. I love you with my life. Guess what? When I was kicking the basketball hoop, that's only 10 feet. I didn't learn to jump. Hell, I learned how to fly. You see, I actually accomplished every goal I've ever had by the time I was 26. I want you to start accomplishing goals using Ray's rules and tools. Nothing's in your way now but you. And I don't want you to bring the pain home ever again. Now, not everybody likes me. Not everybody likes you. I bet you some of your friends and family too don't like you at all. So what do you do at the end of the day? If they can crucify Jesus Christ, who are we? Your biggest problem, you bring the pain home, all right, and your lack of commitment. Make a commitment to me and I'll make a commitment to you and I won't let it down. You see, it's like that car, that building, tax ID, reach in the dream, think and be the impossible. I've done it all my life. I'm the real deal. I'm not full of shit. If that's basically bragging, sorry, don't take it as bragging. You want someone to help you that is actually full of crap or someone actually does it. Ray's rules and tools. I need 90 days. That's all I need from you to get you on the $1 million dream. Seminars, workshops, and boot camps. You're stuck with me. I'm not going to pass the buck. I got to teach you the rules and tools so you don't bring the pain where? Home. Now, after all this, if you still want a $1 million paycheck, raise your hand as high as you can. Go look in the mirror and call yourself a dummy. You keep $375. Corporation, let's put $1 million in it. Now that's brilliant. You're learning the rules and the tools. You get to pay all the bills first and then pay tax on the leftover. You see, it's like Richard. He's a nice guy. He won Survivor the first show. Almost died twice in the show. He got his $1 million check, and they told him, sir, you keep $375. Make sure you write a check to the IRS for $625. He said, hell no. He pissed it away. The judge gave him 3.5 years in federal prison. See, I don't want you bringing the pain where? Home. Now, motivation, it's not enough. I love motivation. I listen to it every day. But I can't do anything besides keep motivating you and what you're doing anyway. That's good to hear, but if you got the rules, the tools, and the blueprint and the instruction manual, would that not help you more? I'll show you mine, show me yours. Well, I'm going to use Ray's rules. Is that okay with you? See, at the end of the day, you got a story to tell too. You really do. I want to get you to an 820. I want to get you $100,000 of credit. I want to get you a corporation, divisions up to $1 million more. I don't want you to be stuck anymore. What's next for you is me. That's right. Ray's rules is what's next. You get to play with me, call millions to billions, see it, believe it, go get it. We get to do that, and we don't have to bring the pain home. Remember something, like I said in the beginning today, through our little journey, I want to repackage your house, your car, and your bank account. I want you stuck with me, literally. So we're going to use Ray's rules and tools. All right? And it's like this. The books and CDs are great. Why? Because they work better today than they did before. And remember, I turned it into a game because I had to. Winning the game of business. To me, I like to win games, and I want you to play with me. $4.99 today. If you call too late, they're going to sell it for $9.99. All right, but again, I don't want you bringing the pain where? Home. I'll even give you a mask. I pray you wear it too. You Zelle, you wire, you make a deposit. Now, remember what I said about basically the corporate setup. $17.99, $5,400 of credit, 3 times your investment back to you. Rapid rescore, credit rebuilding, all the excuses are gone. You're going to play with me for 90 days. And if you miss one, you get to make it up anyway. You got nothing to lose and everything to gain. We're going to master Ray's rules. Zelle, wire, make a deposit. That's how we receive money here today. Remember, Chapter 18 says a corporation is a legal person. It's right in front of you. So the goal is this. If the United States of America creates the rules and the tools, if we master them, we get to win. That's what I want you to do. They created their line of defense called states. States created their line of defense called cities. It's about time you create your line of defense too. You got to protect you and your family. And you have to understand, you are we the people. It's your constitutional right. You got the ability to play the game. The 14th Amendment made corporations and legal people. People. Literally. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, they've been printing money 24/7. That's why they do the consensus in the first place, how much money more to print. They master that. They maintain 50 states. The states maintain the cities. They got their line of defense. It's about time you step up to the plate too. You got Ray's rules today, some of them. Never have joint credit. You buy a house, escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow recorded into trust. Corporation, you don't name it after you because that's dumb. You don't name what it does, that's double dumb. And you basically always have up to $1 million of credit. And you never bring the pain home. See, the corporation today should have a division for real estate, franchise, current business. You have to have the line of defense so you don't bring the pain home ever again, the way I designed it in 1986. 43 years of helping people just like you. Ray's rules and tools. Now, like I said earlier today, plan on the problems. They're going to happen no matter what you say or do. But if you got safety credit, now you understand a little bit about line of defense. You can see it, believe, and go get it. Using Ray's rules and tools and never bringing the pain home. Ever. You don't have to. But at the end of the day, if all you want is an 820 credit score and a $1,000 credit card, let me know. I'd like to have you go to the educational class on Saturdays at 1 o'clock for 3 months if you want to. It's $4.99. The bottom line is there's no excuses anymore. You see, using Ray's rules and tools will change this world, and that's what I plan on doing. 90 days or less, no matter what a mess you got. You got 877-519-7509. If I was you, I'd be calling it right now. Zelle, wire, make a deposit. The sales team, after 30 minutes of the webinar, they're going to change the price of the normal price. I try to give it away as much as I can. RaysRules.com is the voice of credit for you. Corporation, as it says, is a legal person. All right, I love that. Now, here's something I want all of you to do. If you could listen, if you think anything could work for you, this is the one I want you all to do. It's millionaires in the making. This is where step 1, all right, you're in there with me. You got the credit rebuilding, the rapid refresh, the articles, tax ID, also list, 3 months of setup class, level 1 for divisions. I get to analyze you twice and tell you exactly if there's 1 or 2 things you need to do. The office they sell for $3,995. That's good. I give it away for $2,999. And I hand you $25,000 of credit. And one of you already texted in a question and they asked if I'd give you the offer I gave a week ago. I'm going to basically say yes to you. But if you don't do it, that's on you. And anybody could do it today. So today, all right, what I gave is a special for my daughter and my son's birthday. It was $2,499, so $2,499. And I gave $50,000 of credit. Let's see if he's full of it, if he really wants to follow through. Any of you could do that today. So that wouldn't give you 8 times your investment. It'd give you 16 times. Now what excuse you got? I don't have excuses. I just want to change your life. Wire, Zelle, or deposit. You see, the SSN is a 1040. All right, that's you. You get one of those, you're the duck. Something goes wrong. All right, SS 4 times 4. Almost no liability, and you get to write everything off. And you get more SS4s if you want to, as you build your dream, using Ray's rules and tools, not bringing the pain home. I'm allowed to build in a Spear, Equifax, and a TransUnion for every one of you. It's Ray's rules. Again, if you're a non-client and had questions, and if you want to fax them over, you can add them to one of the workshops during the week or so, maybe later today. But again, that's for non-customers. All right, the American dream is very simple to me. Receiving money every month, pay all your bills, drive the company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up your time. Set up the line of defense and master Ray's rules and tools. Today, millionaires in the making, because someone asked if I'd give that offer, is $2,499. And it comes with $50,000 of credit. It's a one-time offer. Don't worry, I won't offer it again, only because he asked. That's 16 times your investment back to you. If you don't do it today, it's okay. Never going to offer it again. My daughter and son only have a birthday once a year. So, Ray's rules and tools. You got the ability to Zelle, wire, and make a deposit today. I personally hold your hand at every workshop, every seminar, and every boot camp. I don't pass the buck. You're stuck with me. You're going to master the rules and the tools, not bring the pain home ever again. 1 o'clock for that class on Saturday. Not only is it credit education, it's also the status update with me. The ability. Specialty classes are 6 that we put in rotation. Some people want to specialize in something, and that's fine. All right, from the nonprofit to stock kit to real estate, leveraging money, tax balancing, goal setting too. So you can get into one of those if you want to. Stay safe, stay strong today. Remember, all right, today we find ourselves sitting waiting for what's next to come. Let us always remember life is a gift from our Father in heaven. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen to that. You got the rules and the tools. You got 877-519-7509. If you don't call right away, all right, they're allowed to sell it to you for the normal price. You got the ability today to call 877-519-7509. Please call it right away. And at the end of the day, always remember one thing. God loves us all.